Forget all the mystery videos you've watched. Because what Ibn Arabi is about to reveal about the secrets of letters might plunge you into deep fear. The doors to an ancient secret, hidden behind these letters, are opening. Mim, Vav, and Nun, rooted in divine wisdom, are they just letters, or are they symbols of a far greater hidden power? Each one whispers the dangerous steps of spiritual ascent and the silent screams of concealed truths. Do you dare to lift the veil on this dark secret beyond mere words? Once you learn this knowledge, nothing will ever be the same again. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All transformation and power belong to Allah, who unlocks the unknown, expands the hearts, and bends the roots toward them through various creative methods. Praise be to Allah, who grants wisdom to the minds, lodging it within the hearts of the learned, the ones known as Maruf. He is the one who bestows the particular qualities of names and letters, forming a unique ummah from these letters, embedding divine wisdom within them, so that letters like Kaf, Shin, and Ha reveal these insights either individually or as composites, linked to profound interests and meanings. These letters, although singular, convey meanings that can be comprehended within a sentence. In the realm of spiritual ascension and even darkened descent, they appear with different levels of wisdom, displayed through various examples and scenarios, all by the will of the Most High, the all-knowing Allah. Among these letters, the most radiant by existence and the greatest by clarity are Mim, Vav, and Nun. Their roots are connected by intermediary letters of dependency, turned back upon themselves, strengthened by this alignment, intending for the inevitable to manifest. One of these intermediary letters is Aleph, found in the middle of Vav, symbolizing the readiness of generosity. When this Aleph is pronounced, it signifies spiritual depth to a people who observe. Similarly, when the letter Mim is pronounced, it suggests a material causality, directed toward a people of contemplation. May Allah's blessings and peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad and his noble household, for they encompass all meanings the pen has written. Peace upon them. This here is an exalted station, presenting divine knowledge related to existence through the scenes of Mim, Vav, and Nun. The beginnings of these letters are their endings. In other words, there is no true beginning or end. May Allah grant you success. Know that these letters represent a secret from among Allah's secrets. To know them is to possess the most noble of hidden knowledge within Allah's domain. This is knowledge reserved for pure-hearted ones like prophets and saints. Hakim Tirmidhi refers to it as the knowledge of the saints. In this context, we have addressed several topics. One is a detailed promise within the work titled Wat al-Meki. Another is an abridged promise in Fath al-Fasid, which we have named the extraordinary meanings and signs within the sources and purposes of the Arabic letters. One is also this book, a summary where we explore the disconnected letters at the beginning of some surahs in the Quran, whose meanings remain unknown. Some of these letters, along with their repetitions, number over 70. The remaining are 14 unique letters that stand at the start of 29 universes. In accordance with this divine method, we attempted to interpret the Quran. Some of these interpretations are brief texts like the ones you see here. Know that understanding letters comes before understanding names, for the singular element precedes the composite. To grasp the result of a composite, one must first comprehend the results of the singular elements that constitute it. Among our companions, there are acknowledgments regarding the apparent aspect of this matter. However, this is not a true dispute. It can simply be said, while one may witness certain scenes, another may not have seen them but shares in witnessing other scenes. Thus, one bears witness to a broader realm, while the other perceives a more specific area. If the opponent defending the negation restricts their stance solely to the scenes they have observed, they act fairly. Returning to our topic, we say that letters have three levels, regardless of the perspective from which they are viewed. These levels are intellectual letters, spoken letters, and written letters. Written letters can be classified in two levels based on their arrangement. The first form is singular, like the letters aleph, ba, and ta. The second form includes compound letters, such as eba and cat. Some letters in the singular form are themselves compounds, like the letter lam aleph. This leaves us with 28 letters corresponding to the stations. According to our understanding, aleph is not a letter. Jabir ibn Hayyan holds that aleph is half of a letter, with the other half being tam, so aleph and hamza together form one letter. Beyond this book, we have explained this matter in detail elsewhere. This letter possesses countless aspects. In each aspect, a unique function is present, yet this function only becomes evident when the task is performed. Next, these letters, although singular in Arabic form as written, can be compound in certain characteristics, as with the letter ya. For example, ya is distinct because it represents 2 points, just as lam is composed of aleph and nun itself is composed of the letters za and ra. Thus, lam has the combined force of aleph and nun, which adds to its nature. Similarly, nun embodies the strength of the letters za. The same holds true for the articulation points of the letters, as breath flows from the chest toward the mouth when exhaled. During this movement, the articulation points are interrupted, revealing letters with distinct natures and essences. Therefore, the first articulation point is the chest, and the final one is the lips. The letter that emerges from the chest conveys only its intrinsic quality, which is primary. The remaining letters, whose final sound is formed by the lips, represented by vav, stand opposite it. Thus, the letter vav embodies the qualities and strengths of all letters, for without traversing all articulation points, the letter vav cannot emerge. Therefore, in vav, the power of all letters is manifested. You may analyze other letters that we have not mentioned in this manner. Each written letter can be initial, final, or medial, and its properties vary with its placement. This path was followed by Imam Jafar al-Sadiq and others. Imam Sadiq studied the forms and shapes of animals, applying letters to them. However, while we do not accept the forms of animals, we do accept their shapes. Allah knows best. But I believe that certain claims attributing depictions of animals or orders for such depictions to Imam Sadiq are false. It could be that the Imam drew attention to this matter, and one of his students portrayed animals without his knowledge. This is more fitting for his rank and status, as he is above any error from his tongue. As for myself, although I recognize some merits in this approach, I do not support it. Therefore, this son, Sayyid, who is distinguished in both lineage and knowledge, is even less inclined toward such an error. On the other hand, while letters possess distinct qualities, some have features far more significant than others. For instance, certain Arabic letters, such as dal, za, and aleph, connect to following letters but not to preceding ones, making them different from letters that do connect. Similarly, letters that evoke experiences like the nun letter, symbolizing a father's or believer's head, do not resemble those that reflect celestial order. Thus, each letter class and rank has its own strengths and specific functions. One letter can resemble another in many ways. For example, the letters ya and ba may resemble each other in form, particularly when we remove distinguishing dots. In other cases, they resemble each other in terms of their foundation count, like ayn with ayn, sin with sin, or aleph with zat and dat. Other letters also share similarities, as illustrated here, aligning in nature and role. For example, sin deputizes for shin and ayn for re. This applies to each letter, and we highlight this because one letter can convey a meaning and explanation opposite to that of a letter resembling it in form. When you substitute one letter for another, as with ha and vav, you may achieve functionality because their foundations and celestial values align in number. Additionally, a shape can take the form of the letter vav. In fact, Barat is a word for cold. When cold, things tend to slow while you may prefer speed. In that case, you would take ha instead. Ha is a warm letter, or you could select T or Zal. One level of the secrets of letters in some religions is that the ends of letters resemble their beginnings. In our language, Arabic, Mim, Vav, and Nun exemplify this concept. This pertains not to the ranks of tribes but to the articulation levels of letters. In this explanation of the secrets of these letters, we follow the methods of Ibn Arabi, El-Sijili, and others, though not their discussions on the characteristics of things. For when one speaks of these qualities, the speaker is often accused or discredited. When a person is accused on religious grounds for discussing these matters, they are sometimes placed in the category of sorcerers or heretics and even denounced. However, this person is speaking of the mysteries of letters, established by Allah within their existence, making them guardians of these secrets. People then judge them by their actions involving letters, leading to accusations of disbelief. Such people undoubtedly sin in the sight of Allah, for they fail to fulfill their duty of detailed observation. They must conduct a thorough examination, though it is clear they have not done so, leading to their denunciation. As for their denials, surely those who experiment with these matters must know the forms, timings, and writings of compositions, among other aspects. When even the slightest detail is missing, the purpose behind the action performed by the practitioner is void. However, they may claim that they made a mistake or failed to create an effective composition. In truth, they are simply trying to justify themselves by saying, "That person is lying because I tried what they suggested, and it had no effect." In such cases, silence on practical knowledge is far better for members of our path. Furthermore, to explain this knowledge openly, in a way that both elite and common people can understand, is forbidden. Corrupt individuals would not hesitate to use this knowledge for destructive purposes. If we address these matters in our books, it is solely to provide signs for our companions, confident that no one outside our circle can grasp these signs. Those who do not belong to them cannot access the essence of this knowledge. As long as my religion remains sound, I am not concerned with their accusations. Praise be to Allah.